A lot of shit in there. Really late going black. I'm just tryna make it out now. I'm just tryna make it out now. I'm just tryna make it out now. I'm just tryna make it out now.
Three, three, 4, 1, 3, 3, 4, 1, 3, 3, 4, 1, 3, 3, 4, 1. Hey man, shout out to the MPs, man. Black History Month, the last day. And I mean that, man. Like Black History in the Hood, TBT, man. First cats I know that was pushing albums and you know what I mean, M2 and Beezy and
girls, Beezy, Rob,
man. Shout out to them boys, man.
Slim,
Preach, stop. Go cover my teeth.
M2.
Okay, I went left for a little minute, man. 3341 season 3, episode 3. 41 representing 41 South. TBT, what's up?
Yeah. Hey man,
Real deal. What's happening? How you feeling, baby?
hey man, you just said somebody. Just real quick.
Okay.
big dog. Real quick.
Okay.
While you playing,
Okay.
got MPs,
Okay.
creased up,
Okay.
took that to Florida,
Huh?
had the whole locker room jamming.
Go cover
The
my teeth.
whole locker room.
Creased up, goes cover my teeth up.
Who with the MPs now?
Huh?
Who with the
MPs, man. Rob
Rob
D.
D.
Rob the
M2,
Diesel.
Yes, sir.
Slim, B.O.
B.O. B.O. What the boy used to ride.
Dude.
Beezy. Laws. Come on, man.
Y'all know I'm old now. I'm 51
Oh,
years
man.
old, man.
It's your era, Green.
All right.
Big Rob.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Hey,
sir.
man.
Little Black History, man. That's all. That's all for the hood. We up in here. Shout out to the MPs, baby. Hey, and put some respect on IBC. That was the Monico boys, right?
Oh
Well, look
yeah.
at him.
Huh?
Who up in this bitch?
Okay.
We up in this
Yeah.
bitch. Who up in this bitch? TB,
We up in this bitch.
Hold on. I know one hood group.
What's that?
They was called the Swamp Niggas.
Oh, you talking about Chris Calloway
Yeah.
and Tank and your boy
Bill Lusso.
Damn, it was 3 of them. Yes,
The
sir.
boy told me it was the Swamp Niggas back in the day.
Swamp niggas, yeah.
Boy, shout out. Well, shout out to the Swamp niggas. Hey, man. Speaking of shout out, man, big shout out to Fabo Washington, man. The original came through last week,
Yes,
big
sir.
time. In the
Yes, sir.
Porsche.
Appreciate you, Fade.
And the
Appreciate that.
Porsche.
Fabo,
I ain't mean to say that, but he did come through sliding. What the Jits say today? He slid,
Yeah, he slid.
He slid in.
slid in.
He slid out.
Yes, sir. And I'm gonna tell you right now, I can't wait till next football season, cause I'm still gonna I'm still one of his sayings, boy. If you get beat deep, up top poke chop.
All day long.
Up top poke chop, baby.
Top, top.
All right, fella. Hey, well, what's happening, man? We gonna go ahead and
Man, let's go ahead and do this, cause man, hey man, this right here,
Hey.
banger, man.
Big
What MC Hammer say?
let's get it started.
Yeah.
Let's get it.
Hey, I got one thing to say.
Go ahead.
You for EWU, baby.
Goddamn.
HBCU, baby.
He hollering that
Black
about-
History,
He hollering
baby.
that about
Who
3
did that
people.
shirt? Who did that shirt?
You. Thanks to the Lilly family.
Shatoya Lily. Shout out to
Shout
Shatoya,
out
baby.
to
She
Lily.
got me right too,
Castle.
baby.
Latoya Lilly.
See, I got Malcolm.
You.
Malcolm and Malcolm and MLK.
The Lilies did your shirt too?
Yes,
Council
sir.
did your shirt too?
Let's chop it up, bro.
Okay.
I'm finna chop it up.
Well, let's do that.
So we got a former
Okay.
NAACP president that they say has the Malcolm mentality. Then you got the current NAACP, kind of got the MLK tone. Why we here though, TBT? Y'all trying to be messy? Nah. Because
Not
what we
at
got to
all.
do, what we got to do
We gotta be
is,
messy.
we got to let the audience know that we always, before we, right, have guests or a topic or what have you, they got to check the boxes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Educate. Right?
Entertain.
We definitely gonna do that. No, let's go back to the educate. Who founded the NAACP? Who founded it?
Man.
Whoa. Anybody know? Facebook?
Hold on. Do you think they were white or black?
Or mulatto. Or light-skinned.
Or Hispanic?
What were you gonna say, Mr. Jones?
They were majority white.
Absolutely.
Ding,
So
ding, ding, ding,
we
ding,
educating
ding.
you right off the rip because the NAACP was actually started by 3 white civil rights activists. We got the names real, right? Mary. Who?
Mary what? Mary who?
I think Mary was one of the.
Mary White Overton, William English Whaling, and Henry Witzky or something like that.
Not
3 white activists started NAACP.
Absolutely.
Now, is that reliable history or that just something
No,
the folks came up with?
No, that's
Y'all
facts.
should, huh?
That's facts.
For real?
That's facts.
And what they did was W.E.B. Du Bois. Y'all remember him?
Yeah.
They started the movement, but they felt like they needed a Negro at the forefront to kind of head it, to get that respect and momentum they felt like it needed. So we gonna educate, man.
Let's do this, man.
Huh?
Yeah, man, that's
And we gonna uplift because at the end of the day, man, we got these 2 brothers, man, on the scene, man. Respectful. They have respectful platforms. You know, I think they both have the same goal, which is to, you know, uplift our community and make this a better place to be. So we're gonna agree to disagree, but at the end of the day, we are brothers, especially brothers in Christ. So we're gonna uplift. We always gonna uplift, and like I say, man, you know them boys gonna find a way to entertain.
Oh, all day long.
Lift every voice.
Ladies and gentlemen,
and sing.
Rodney Jones, activist, former NAACP president, Manatee County chapter, and Mr. Robert Coach. It's on the shirt. Robert Coach Powell, Manatee County current NAACP president.
Welcome.
Truth be told,
Welcome, baby, welcome.
TBT,
in
baby.
the house, man. Appreciate y'all fellas, man. Appreciate y'all fellas.
Definitely. Thank you guys for having us, bro.
Same here.
Yes, sir. Well, I'm gonna get real petty real quick. I'll let you go.
Lord.
'Cause I know you finna get. You know, back in the day, I can't help it. Back, you know, growing up, I used to hear the NAACP people. People call the NAACP real quick. Somebody got called a nigga. I'm calling the NAACP. Well, since I got the president in of the NAACP Manatee County chapter right now, I want to report some wrong.
Okay.
I want to report some wrong. Lee Middle Basketball Boys and Lincoln Middle Basketball Boys should not have played each other in the first round, President.
And they should not have played each other tonight at 7:30.
That's terrible.
But okay.
Well, you know, the president does agree with you on that. Definitely. I think
One team 8-0, the other team 7-1.
yeah, the county really messed up on this one.
A team that got a
Founding the
bye.
school board.
I'm not even gonna.
Definitely.
Big shout out to Lee versus Lincoln, man. That's a big ball game. Somebody make sure y'all give us an update. Keep us updated on them scores.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Keep
Absolutely.
us updated, baby. Keep us
Real
updated,
deal,
baby.
man. Let's get into it, man. Ain't no time for bullshit now. Let's go, cuz.
No, I don't really think it's time. I think we need to go ahead and jump into it.
Let's go.
Jump into it, man.
So, Mr. Jones, I want to start off by this. Today, man, you posted a post on your Facebook page that I don't understand how that video got in your hands. But you did post something where there's a video of a fight that was not even a fight, just a kid that was probably upset about something, and administration and a school staff member had to intervene, as it looked on the video, which was a small clip, just a small clip. But you posted it. You mentioned something about, if this was LMA, at the end of, from what I got, if it was LMA, this probably wouldn't have happened.
Absolutely.
What's behind that? Why you feel that way?
The truth. When you look at the data, I'm a data-driven person. I don't do a lot of speculation or run off emotion. That usually gets you in trouble. So I do a lot of research. Do a lot of research on behalf of the community. Well, some people consider it a disability, but it's an eye-opener for me. I'm legally blind, so I have a lot of time that I don't have before, so I research. And so if you look at the school, just from a performance perspective, forget Ed and whoever else, just from a performance perspective, you have a school that's in severe decline. Not only behaviorally, but also academically. You had a school that was a couple points away from a D, only due to a social, I believe, a civic score. And you had a school that had come up in every single category in reading and math in 6th, 7th, and 8th grade. Unheard of in a Title I school. So when you see the behaviors that are there now compared to the behaviors that you saw before, they're significantly increased. For the first couple years, they had almost an 800% increase in physical interventions with the kids between each other, between staff members. That's something's wrong with that picture. So when you see that kind of decline, even though, I don't really care how anybody perceives this shit. I don't give a fuck whether they like it or not. I could care less. The fact is that we have a school that's in decline that was really a gem on first year, was something that we would have been real proud of right now. Man, we would have had a 3-year state championship football team. That aquatic center would have been done. They ain't supposed to be no Wet and Wild. It's supposed to be a first-class aquatic center where you're going to attract like some of the best swimmers internationally because they had a relationship with IMG. Not no damn Wet and Wild, what they're trying to turn it into now. We would have had $1 million AstroTurf football field out there that Charles Smith already had in the budget for our kids to play on with a 1,500-seat stadium. Can you imagine like all the businesses and pop-ups that could have been set out there on them game nights? People in Rivera Dunes right now are looking for shit to do. Got plenty of money. Want to invest in our community. They coming to me saying how we cut out the middleman and go right to you guys and get stuff done because it's too crooked around here. So can you imagine pulling that money over into the neighborhood and then that money circulating? Man, that school could have rebuilt the whole community, man. Turned the city of Palmetto, which is a nothing right now, could have turned it into something just off the reputation of that school. Nothing but money down there. And then we squander an opportunity with some bullshit and people playing politics and ruin the kids' lives and ruin the kids' educational experience that we built. The community supported that school. That wasn't no pop-up shit that just popped up out of nowhere. That was something that we supported and we built over decades. And then y'all gonna come in here and slight that shit like that, man. Man, I'm sorry if I ain't breaking no FCC shit or nothing, bro, because I get loose in this motherfucker.
Well, I guess what I want to get at is I want to make sure, because like you said, people perceive things differently. So when I saw it, I didn't know if you were taking an angle as administration should have been doing something to prevent that from happening, or are you talking about the school board in general? Like you just said, you're a data-driven person. You're not taking shots at Lincoln Middle School administration and staff.
I'm taking shots at any motherfucker that has something to do with it. Any bitch didn't stand up after they did the caper. I'm talking to all they motherfucking ass. I don't care whether they black, green, purple, plaid, or what. That's just the truth. And we got to start talking like men, man. They Shanghai that shit from us, bruh. They rode in town like desperados and just snatched that shit. Slapped women to the ground, took the dreams of kids away, and motherfuckers sat back and not asking questions and shit. You should have been asking questions in the motherfucking beginning when the shit happened. And I'm real serious about that shit, man. Motherfucker done sat down like motherfucking girls and shit and not asking the motherfucker questions. The caper been done. The harm been done. People had mental health counseling. People lost their cars and shit. Credit they done built for years got snatched. Then you dump that shit over there to those kids. You dump that shit on those kids, some medical model. That ain't even no shit built for us. And the motherfucker sat back and didn't say shit the whole time. And I get emotional about that shit, bro. This shit real. They destroying lives, man. They don't try to strike every nigga that stand up, they try to knock them down. And I'm just telling you, when you keep trying to knock a nigga down and you still see him standing, bitch, you better stand aside. You better know it.
How important?
Hey, Rodney, I feel your passion. I definitely felt your passion. But do you think your approach sometimes, do you think that get in the way, or do you?
Yeah, no, it make a way. Get in the way. Christ sent his people one time to kill every man, woman, and motherfucking child, livestock and all. And a bit scared, they chopping motherfucking heads off around the globe right now, genocide going on. And a motherfucker scared about a bitch cussing? You ain't fit. You ain't ready. I had somebody from my church talking about they're gonna come help me, but they don't like the people that I hang with or the people I associate with. You think Christ walked through the market and just picked the motherfucker out because he was cut? I ain't gonna talk to him because I ain't gonna say that bitch over there because he cussing. I don't like the way he wearing his robe. I don't like the way he hugged up on that man over there. I ain't gonna try to save him. Christ went with the most undesirables, the whores, the whoremongers, the dope dealers, the prisoners. He spent 80% of his time with people. I don't give a fuck whether or not somebody, if you got a better way to do it, the bitch that got another way to do it, come do it. That's what I say. Motherfuckers sitting on the sideline talking shit, bring your motherfucking ass up here and put your family at risk. You lose 6 or 7 jobs. You take 2 arrests. You be on probation right now. You do that shit. If you got a better way to do it, motherfucker, step forward. I'm waiting. I want to see it. I can't wait to see it.
Rodney, how important March 1st is tomorrow?
Ooh.
What that mean to you?
Man, Jesus, boy. Jesus finna answer prayer, bro. We've been faithful. We've been faithful, man. Tomorrow is everything. That's everything. That's everything that everybody done dreamed of in this room. We got a chance to get a deep win on them. A deep pocketed win. Y'all don't understand. If that judge throw them cases out tomorrow, because they trying to throw out the whole cases motion to dismiss. They just saying all that shit y'all saying bullshit. Get that shit out of here. You know, the people answered one question since December 2019, since we filed the first complaint. Usually when somebody accuse you of something, if your shit straight, bitch, I ain't do that shit. Let me show you right here. Boom, boom, boom. I got 3, 4 witnesses. They ain't answer nothing. They don't razzle-dazzle like they do Negroes. They razzle-dazzle your ass out the motherfucking courts. They put in 12 motions. They do sanctions. They got the attorney for $15,000. They weigh your ass down till you ain't got no more will. You ain't got no more bread. You know what I'm saying? So tomorrow is everything.
Well, let me say this real quick, B. I'm sorry. I don't mean to cut you off. Okay, so going back to your method, your technique, and I'm gonna be real honest with you. If I'm just gonna pretend I'm a foreigner, like I just came from nowhere, and I don't know nobody, I don't know Bert, you know what I mean? Listening to this guy, I would definitely want him, you know, as my president of the NAACP, and you were at one point in time the president of the NAACP Manatee County chapter. Why are you not? What happened?
I ain't no pussy. That's why. I ain't no motherfucking pussy. Cause you're not gonna tell me what. No tail don't wag no motherfucking dog. You not gonna know the NAACP or nobody that gonna come here to the 941 and tell grown ass men what they supposed to be doing for their own community.
So you felt like
They tried to silence me. They very political. They're very high end on. I think my mom did some research. Who's a retired teacher 4 years ago. They received over $25 million from big corporations. They done sold out. They struck at me for doing the same shit that we finna win now in federal court. They had me dismissed. suspended me, embarrassed my family, man. I've been wanting to be a civil rights activist since I was a kid. My dad used to come home. My dad was a manager, one of the first managers for General Motors in the United States. They were still calling my dad a nigger when he was the manager. I grew up at dinner tables with that shit, bruh. This shit real to me. Ain't no game. You know, all these hurting people around here, and nobody ain't standing up for nobody no more.
What's your issue with the current? We got Robert Powell right here, and truth be told, you know, if you listen to Rodney Jones on his Facebook, he gonna express himself, and you've expressed yourself on numerous occasions, your views, Robert Powell in particular, and all that good stuff. What issue, or any issue, or what is the issue with Robert Powell? Is there an issue with Robert Powell?
Let me do it like this, preamble. Robert, one of my best friends in life. Robert was on the phone with me with the shit I'm in BPD. I was talking to this Negro when they was outside my house, Piper, whoever the fuck was in that car, when they was out there fucking with me in my home for the third time. You know what I mean? So we good friends. The problem I got is the same problem I got with everybody that stand up and want to be a leader, civil rights. I ain't talking about leading no shit else. I ain't no expert nowhere. I'm OG on this shit. I've been doing this shit for 25 years, and I got the stripes on my back to show. I done lost by every job I got. I got a rest record now. I'm 55 years old and no motherfucking probation. I ain't never been in no trouble in my life. I ain't been no angel. You know, so right now we need all hands on deck. This is one of the most critical times in the United States for black people. Period. We ain't never had no period like this. When 2020 came, we saw that motherfucking visceral hate, and the United States got tilted over on its side just like that when COVID came. And you saw motherfuckers in the line long as 301 with unemployment papers trying to get money for their family. Y'all know this shit had fucked. It was gone. So right now, the way blacks felt that, and you ain't woke up to that shit yet, and you don't notice that we always the bottom motherfuckers, the bottom feeding, always eating off the bottom of the shit, and y'all ain't tired of that shit and you ain't willing to scrap for it and fight for it, and we gonna leave this shit for our motherfucking kids, and then we get people take these leadership roles, motherfucker lead. That's all I'm saying. Make the NAACP crank that motherfucker up and put that motherfucker to the floor. Let's see what it'll do.
So I know last time we had Mr. Powell on the show, and you can restate this, but my understanding, you know, as far as a local president in this organization, at the end of the day, you know, you can only push for it, but who makes that final decision on if you guys can move forward with any type of situation that happened in the county?
Meaning, like, who makes the decisions for NAACP?
Yeah.
Or everything has to go through our national office. You know what I'm saying? We can't just, you know, and I think that's one of the frustrations that he ran into,
Right.
As well. And I want to make sure that we understand, me and Mr. Jones don't have any issues personally. We never did.
Right.
Never.
We never did.
No.
We always kind of been on the same road. He has a different approach than I have, and maybe that's that might be an issue that you know, he might think that I should push, you know, a little harder, going to, you know, a little, and I might be saying, hey, right now I think you might need a tone. So we, like you said, the Malcolm and the Malcolm and Martin approach. This man, the research and things that he's done, unmatched. I mean, he has knowledge of so many different things, and I deeply respect him for that. But like I said, we have two different styles. Of course, I think that's where it may be frustrating for him, because he feels like, you know, y'all need to do, you know, and he's very passionate about it. You could tell.
Anything.
Right, but that's so wrong.
You know.
Because you say everything goes through national, right?
Yeah, as far as us.
So everything Mr. Jones is saying, which I agree with what he's saying, but everything he's saying on you moving things forward. So in order for you to move something forward, you have to first make a call or send an email to your national
It just depends on
president to find out, hey, can I
get
behind LMA, this LMA movement?
into a certain degree, yeah.
So what's the purpose of you being the president?
Well,
What's the purpose of having a president in the Manatee County chapter if you can't do what's in your heart and what you feel? What's the purpose? Like, why not just let the national people do every damn thing? If you like, why have a president that can't make a decision on moving or helping the black folks in your community?
Like what kind of power?
Or the black and browns in your community.
Like what kind of power do you really have? You know, I mean, I don't mean to cut B. You gotta answer B question.
Yeah, go ahead.
But I wanna do a little flipping here. I'm gonna go back to Rodney and I'm gonna go to.
Yeah, okay.
Rodney, you know, I've been in Manatee County, you know, all my life. Okay. Obviously, we do know who runs Manatee County. I'm not gonna say what color. But we all know that. Now, coming up in the hood, my parents always told us, keep our mouths closed. You know, go ahead and keep your mouth closed. Don't say nothing. You know, just keep your mouth closed and keep it moving. And I think that's the mentality of Manatee County. I heard you say we sit back and we not doing nothing. I think the mentality was putting us back in the days from my grandmas and our granddaddies. They was quiet. They was quiet. So they taught us to be quiet. And when you get somebody like you, Rodney, like you with the mentality to fight, you know, and when you got a whole neighborhood that don't have that mentality, they throw darts at you because they're not used to seeing somebody like you. And Rodney, boy, I'm telling you, man, I listen to your live, Rodney. You be coming hard, man. You be coming hard. And I was kind of afraid you coming to my shop, man, because I don't know who's going to be outside my shop throwing a bomb in here. Yeah. You know what I'm saying, Rodney? But you come hard, Rodney. You come hard. And I like your passion. I like your courage. You know, sometimes your delivery might rub people the wrong way. Don't rub me the wrong way. But, you know, political-wise, when you're into politics, you know, everybody feel like you're supposed to walk a certain way or move a certain way. But the way you move, Rodney, is you move with force. And people are not used to that around here. And I think that's what it is. And I like what you're doing. And I also like what Bert doing. You know, even though I don't really know what power did the NAACP have. I mean, y'all got to break that down to me. What do y'all have? What's the purpose of y'all being NAACP? Because it's not a paid job. And y'all know, like me, ain't too many black folks in Manatee County doing nothing for free.
But that's the thing, Green.
You know,
like you said, like what power does the president of a local chapter really have if you always got to go to your national and say, hey, it's a situation going on down here with this school, LMA. I want to know if we can get behind it. I'm not really understanding that.
And like I said, it definitely, and that was one of the frustrations that Rodney ran into. And, you know, see how passionate he is about it. So, of course, you know, he like, I'm not going to deal with the Nationals. The Nationals telling him, you know, to stand down.
So, hold on, Rob. So, did you know that before you took this position?
I did.
And did you know that too, Rodney? Before you took a position, how political it was?
I thought we had a little bit more autonomy at the local level, like to make decisions, and that found not to be true. And I ain't the kind of, you ain't gonna put me in no damn box.
So if you knew this, why take that position?
But the reason I kind of took the position because I felt like, okay, we needed a voice somewhere, you know, some kind of way. I didn't feel like it was doing anything. So I said, well, let me maybe try to run for the president. And I can still try to be that voice. We still need somebody, you know, a voice for our community. We still need to be, you know, present in these things, be able to you know, deal with issues and things like that. Even though, you know, if things go further or things get heated or however, we still have to get, you know, okay from national office and things like that. I felt like I could step in, maybe still keep that. You know, be able to do something, you know, as for the community, to be that spokesperson, things like that. I knew there's going to be some challenges, you know, as far as some of the things that we could not do. Like I was kind of what Rodney said. I thought we had a little bit more, you know,
Man, tell them that thing ain't worth shit.
Yeah, I swear to you, I was just gonna say that. It sounds like to me like the NAACP at the local level isn't nothing. And then it sounds like they got so commercialized. Is that a word?
Man,
it's all about money now with them, and it's not getting behind the black and brown people.
They're living off the legacy of the organization. The legacy of the organization is beautiful. Boy, you had a black civil rights organization, pulling like that, Brown versus Board of Education, 1954, 1955, just moving on through. Muhammad Ali, but it done changed now, man. Like Big Money done kind of bought this thing out, but it's a lot of just like everything else is crooked. You know what I mean? So you get a Negro like me, it ain't no frontline activist thing anyway. Ain't no BLM or no rah. They challenge the law. That's the most important thing that you can do is to challenge the law. That's how we got the shit we got now. We challenge the law. So, bitch, I create litigation. I create problems for people. They call me trouble. You know what I mean? You can't do that with that. You can't do that with that. They want a bitch just to be a spokespiece. We really just a fundraising entity for the national, to tell you the truth. You ain't got no motherfucking juice down here to do nothing. They want you to stay on script. They want you to stay right here. And as soon as you try to step off path to do something that you know need to be done, they pulling like, man, they policies nebulous so they can hang you up on anything. I got an Article 10. The lady from St. Pete called me. She said, you gonna get an Article 10. Shit, what the fuck is an Article 10? So I looked this shit up. It's this nebulous policy that says that you have broken the NAACP rules and procedures, policies and procedures. That's it. So then you say, well, what the fuck I did? They won't never tell you what you actually did. They just leave it right there and kick your ass out.
Well, speaking of kicking your ass out, we're going to have to take a commercial break and kick y'all ass out. But leading into that commercial break, what we want to do is we're going to have Mr. Powell take us in that break by answering this question. Yeah. As the NAACP president of Manatee County chapter, two-part question. A, what is your view of the whole LMA situation? And B, what action did you take as the NAACP president of the NAACP president of the Manatee County chapter in regards to that? Well, first, what's your opinion on what went down and what do you see that whole situation?
And looking at it, because actually LMA happened before my tenure during the president. But and looking at it, it was a lot of things we could say was done wrong with LMA. No doubt about it. And it's like different levels of, you could say corruption and things like that. It's a lot of things that was wrong. My views on it, well, when I came in, like I said, it was past it was before my term. So when I came in, we didn't really go into it as far as
that, bro.
Yeah, we didn't go into it in addressing it. We didn't really touch it, to tell you the truth.
And when you say we,
that as far as the branch.
Okay.
Well, let's do this. Let's take a quick commercial break. But before we take this commercial break, if we got any viewers that have any questions from the hood, make sure you get those questions ready. Type them in on Facebook Live so we can make sure that we get those questions real quick. Going into
Let's go, rise on one! One! Rise!
You already look like you Hollywood, man.
They call it in the combine, boy. They call it that pro agility shuttle, baby. We break the huddle. Everything we do is 100 miles an hour. Do we understand that?
Yes, sir.
Ready? Hey.
Yo, fam, what's up? It's your boy B Mobile, aka the Negotiator. Truth be told, TROOF. Hey, go to Facebook, hit that like button and that follow button. Help us out. Also, go to YouTube, subscribe, baby. Anchor, Apple Music. Hey, lock your boys in, man. Support us, man. That's all we asking. Your boy B Mobile. I'm out.
B Mobile, we got anything, baby?
I got one question from Cesar Garcia. And the question is, why didn't NAACP show up in support of Rodney's recent trial?
I mean, the recent trial?
His recent trial that he, I think what, about a month ago, Mr. Jones? About a month ago, he went to trial on the issue. And Mr. Cesar Garcia wants to know why wasn't the NAACP in support of Mr. Rodney when he went through that ordeal? He said he was there throughout the whole trial. Ms. Betty Lou, Mr. Smith present. Besides that, crickets.
You want to answer that now?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say shit. It's crickets nuts.
Right.
What?
Yeah, you can answer.
I mean, to tell you the truth, I didn't know anything about the trial until it was out. It was actually, he was at the trial or going to court, but he didn't reach out to us or anything for the support.
So is that an issue that you would have had to call your national to see if you can be in support of Mr. Jones?
Well,
Or would you
I don't
have
know.
done that
That's-
outside of NAACP?
outside of that, I probably could. Yeah, definitely probably could have. But with the situation with, I guess, with Mr. Jones and our national office and things like that, I probably would be something now I probably have to make sure that it's okay that, hey, it's okay for us to be there in support, or if Rodney reached out to us and say it, then if you reached out to us, for that, hey, I need you guys to do this, this, and this, he's reaching out just like a regular person, but because of the ties that he have and the things that he's been through with them, that's, I don't know, that would have to be something that we have to make sure.
But should that matter though?
It should. I mean, and like you said, it should. But you want to make sure that you ain't.
I think it does matter.
You don't want to.
I think it does matter. I honestly feel like it does matter. And also, I think it puts him in a really tough position being a friend of Rodney and then being the president of an organization. The same organization that happened to say you're no longer welcome to be in.
Right.
So I think it does matter.
Well, what was so bad? I mean, did he kill him? I mean, what did he do so bad that he kicked out? Because at the end of the day, if he did that, that's years ago. It's just like felons, when they get out of jail, they have certain rights and this and that.
Okay.
I mean, he did.
With everything y'all saying,
I agree with that.
with everything y'all saying,
So, like, at the end of the day, he's a black man with rights, and I mean, whatever happened years ago for him to be.
listen, with everything y'all saying, you got, I hope I'm pronouncing this right, Winay, ex-Winay, for the president of the NAACP, why take on the duty when you see the former president was limited in what you can do? And the former president was Tanisha Clyde, right? Mm-hmm. So was she really limited, or was did the community feel like she wasn't stepping up?
I think the community felt like that she wasn't really stepping up, trying to do anything, and then.
But I understand that, but then again, it sounds like if you want to step up, you can't step up
because of the national.
because of national.
And to be honest with you, Robert, if I'm just, I'm not really too much into that and all that's going on, but I do hear, I do listen.
Right.
And to be honest with you, what Miss Clyde did, they can compare you on the same level of what she didn't do. And trying to say that you're not doing anything either.
Exactly.
So, and I know you kind of had a push to kind of get her out a little bit, but now you find yourself in the same position.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
so now you look at Mr. Jones, who says, I need to go hard, or seem like you got to go hard. And if you don't go hard, you're not really fighting for your community. You may get kicked out, but am I just going to continue to sit back?
Go down swinging. Why not go down swinging instead of just, hey man, all right, the national president said I can't do this. And Rob, I don't want you to think I'm trying to pick
no,
on
no.
you or
No,
nothing like that, 'cause
I
I got mad I got mad
sure.
respect for you, and you
Yeah.
like you a big brother to me.
Yeah, I got you.
But it just seems like having a local NAACP chapter is like non and void. Like, what's the use of it?
Yeah.
Really, what's the really what's the use? And like Mr. Jones, I think answered that question earlier when he said they just use the local chapter to raise money, and that's what you said, Mr. Jones.
Yeah, and then traditionally presidents, it's been a long string of them. Ed Bailey is one, Xavier Bailey's husband. If you do your homework, just do the poor man background screen, Google them, and then look at their history of activism. It ain't none. The motherfuckers known for banquets and shit. You know what I mean? Why people dropping and getting killed and all the shit going on. So I do got a different approach. In the NAACP right now, people get that position because it's a title. And it's a very influential title. So it gets you in places that you normally couldn't get into. You can always pick up the phone and call and get through to somebody. But when it comes to actually doing the work that we need now, that's why I don't accept the fact that people be talking about, well, the rules say this in the NAACP. Man, motherfuck the rules. That's what I say. That's what I say when it comes to my neighborhood and my position and what I got to do on the front line. Being the NAACP title, carrying that around what is it? Show me the production. Show me what it has accomplished over the last 10 years for this black community that any of us can remember, hang our hat on. That's how instrumental it's been. So I ain't going to be bright up by no shit like that. You know, I thought it would be good for me. You know, it was the only organization here. You know what I mean? I had a little tour with the Black Panthers, boy, but I ain't ready. I ain't ready. You know, they on something else. You know, so
It seemed like you on that same thing, though, Mr. Jones. It seemed like you on the same thing they on.
I'm on it, but boy, look here.
Hey, B.
Look here, boy. Look here.
If he ain't ready for Black Panthers,
I know what got me. What got me with the Panthers? They don't have any action with police. None. They don't fuck with police no kind of way. I fucks with them. Cause right now I'm trying to gut they motherfucking ass, and the only way that you can keep your enemies close. You see what I'm saying? You keep your enemies close.
Wait, let me ask this. When a person of color gets in a seat, like Robert Powell, NAACP president, Rodney Jones was the former NAACP president a few years ago. You got Reggie Bellamy in the seat, what is it, county commissioner?
Yeah.
Okay, as black folks, what do we really want to see them do? What kind of power did they have? Because okay, I hear a lot of people jumping on Reggie. Okay, what kind of power does Reggie have? I mean, it's Manatee County. I mean, because Burt is in the chair, NAACP, and because Reggie's in the chair, what we think is going to be collard greens and macaroni and cheese?
I don't think they think it's gonna be collard greens and macaroni and cheese on green.
They got to answer somebody.
I think the people want to see our people that's in those positions speak up for us, step up for us. Don't be afraid to lose that position because you're stepping up for us.
Okay.
Like Mr. Jones said, he's speaking up for us. He out there in the streets. And he didn't give a damn about losing the president of the NAACP. He didn't care about that. Most of our black people that have these positions, they're afraid of losing these positions. Just like the ones that got the big positions at the school board or these big positions at these jobs, they won't speak up for us because they making so-called 6 figures now. They scared to speak up for us.
But let me ask something. What majority of race voted for Reggie? Was it more of the, I don't want to make it a racist thing, but when we talk politics, it's always going to be racist. Did majority white vote for him or did majority black?
Majority black, I believe. I'm not sure.
What y'all think? I mean, I don't know statistics.
Being in the district that he's over, it would be majority black, wouldn't it?
Yeah, but it would have had to be some other white folks vote for him too as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if it's a majority, white folks put him in the chair, he probably gonna fight a little more harder and listen to them a little bit more than us. And that don't sound right. But let's just take it like, just like I'm a clothing designer, okay? And I put my clothes out there in the stores, but there's more white folks buying my clothes than black folks. So who I supposed to specialize when I talk and when I go to function? Who I supposed to go? I supposed to go to the black folks or the people who support me?
Are you saying that because you feel like the black community is not supporting Reggie? Because
I don't know. I'm just saying, you know, that's what it sounds like to me.
I don't. Well,
I'm telling you, every time I hear Reggie's name, people say what he's not doing.
Well,
I'm not taking no side. I'm not taking Reggie's side. I'm not taking y'all's side. I'm just going by what the community is going, you know. Because we have seats, man, but I don't think we can move the way black folks think we should move.
Again, Green, what I just said. We can move. We might not be able to just make that decision and just make it happen like that. But what about speaking up? Not speak up and not be afraid to lose that position.
Yeah, I feel.
Or is the money more important? Understand it. You have to take care of your family.
Yeah.
Understand that.
Yeah.
So is the money more important and holding that seat more important than speaking up for your people?
And
With a position like that.
Well-
and I want to make this clear too, to Facebook land. We're not here to bash nobody. We having grown men, grown people conversation. And when we talk about politics, some of this stuff comes up, and it rubs people the wrong way. And politics are black and white. I don't care how you look at it. Politics gonna be black and white. You know, black folks gonna feel this way, white folks gonna feel this way. But I know in our community, man, it's been pretty much the same issues going on for 20 and 30 years, 40, 50 years, man. And like Rodney say, I haven't really seen nobody of color step up. I haven't seen nobody of color just put their foot out there and say, hey, look here, man, this how it's gonna be. When we talk about the school board, how many people of color is on that panel?
just one.
One.
Reverend Golden.
Okay,
Gold
before
plated.
Reverend Golden, how many people of color was on that panel?
Barbara Harvey, Ruby Bird, and maybe one more person in the history of the school district.
See, we talking about one. And a lot of those people that's on those panels, they live with us, but they probably not gonna fight for us fully, man, because the people who paying them, man, hey, man, y'all know how they go now.
Yep.
And I think
I mean-
you know, and that's why I got to put some
I
respect
ain't
on.
trying to make it a race thing, man. Y'all can think how y'all want it. But we speaking politics.
I mean,
racism come
you
up
know,
in politics.
You know, Charles Smith. When you speak about like what can we do in those situations, I remember there's no knock on Reggie, but Charles Smith was in that position and he was boisterous, you know, and he fought for this side, you know, and he had some things that he discovered and exposed and all that good stuff. So, you know, it does. Green.
And like I have no problem with Rodney. How Rodney voices things. I have no problem with Charles Smith. But y'all know sometimes we, as a community, as a black community, we have problems with each other because they speak out and we're afraid to speak out.
So it sounds to me like, Green, what y'all saying is you can't be that way in Manatee County as a black man.
We have problems with each other.
I mean, I'm
Like,
just
you
gonna
got
put it out
black
there.
folks-
I'm just gonna let.
Cause you got black folks that don't like Rodney. You got black folks that don't like Charles Smith. I'm talking about right here in the community.
Right. Okay.
When we should be together.
I get. Yeah. Absolutely.
You know, we got black folks that don't like Bert
Absolutely.
because they say they don't see Bert. They
Okay.
don't see Bert. They got problem with Rodney because they hear Rodney. They got problem with Bert because they don't see Bert. They got problem with Rodney because they hear Rodney.
Absolutely.
They got problem with Reggie Bellamy because he don't move right. So let's go, man. We finna talk, man.
Yeah.
Before you
ahead, Mr.
throw your
Jones.
hand up, Hot Rod. Earlier you said the word banquet, and it actually triggered a question that I have from the social media for Mr. Powell.
Okay.
Why don't the NAACP have community functions? And I don't mean banquets.
Well, right now, back to national officers has us. You know, basically we can't be out because of COVID.
Oh,
Yeah,
they got football games.
But you can fundraise.
supposedly, yeah.
That don't make sense. Man, hold on, man.
Wait, hold on. I got a scenario. I got a scenario.
Right.
So let's just say like a Trayvon Martin type situation. Shout out to that. It was like an anniversary just passed.
Yeah.
Hey, Stress, I don't mean to cut you off, but we ain't even got to use Trayvon Martin. You got Lincoln thing tomorrow. Can you be in support with the NAACP on? Sure.
Well, I wasn't gonna ask that question. Go ahead. Ask that question.
Damn, this TBT.
Well, damn it, truth be told.
This TBT, Mr. Powell. Are you gonna be present for the LMA situation tomorrow with your NAACP shirt on?
As far as what? As far as
Be in support. Just be in support.
Just
Show
be-
support. Hey, I'm Robert Powell, president of Manatee County NAACP. I'm in here supporting Mr. Ed Hundley and NAA and LMA.
that's a tough question.
It's a Zoom call, right?
Whoa. I gotta take this. I gotta intercept this. Real. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
You're bigger and you're stronger than me. I'm just gonna be real honest with you. Based on the way you answered that question before the break when you said that it happened, you basically said that the LMA deal happened, it wasn't on your watch.
Prior to my watch, yeah.
And so I had to assume based on that conversation that they didn't seem interested. However, I also had to assume based on your answer that you didn't seem interested as well.
Well, you have to pick your battles, and that wasn't one of my battles. So I had to, step back on it. I see things
So
going
you
on.
saw
now.
the corruption.
Now-
you saw how
now, if that
it
was brought to if they say, hey, Mr. Powell, we're bringing this to you. We want the NAACP help, and then we'll take it that way.
Okay, well let me put it in hood terms.
Okay.
A lot of people like straight hood terms or look
All
at
right.
the LMA situation and be like, man, that's fucked up what they did at school. Is
Well,
that
yeah.
kind of how you think?
Well, in certain sense, yeah, I can
Okay,
see
but
some of the
so
stuff.
if that's the case-
that's now, because when it first went on, you had a lot of people in the community like, oh, yeah, man, I knew he gonna steal that money. I knew he was gonna do this. I knew he was gonna do that. You only had very select few saying, man, y'all tripping. That man didn't do anything. Now that it's coming out that he didn't do anything, you don't really hear. It's crickets. Like Mr. Jones said earlier, it's crickets.
Yeah, that's
Right.
because we used in the hood. We used to hearing bad stuff.
Exactly. And one thing we have to do, and that I had to do, is be careful on what you get, caught up in, because like you said that you're hearing one side, this side, I hear from the community, things like that. But I have to make sure that we get all the documentation, research stuff, things that Rodney's been doing. I say, okay, well, this is a issue. There's a lot of this stuff is corrupt, and this is a lot of things like that. But like I said, it happened prior to me.
Well, what?
So,
There's a lot of documentation out there.
It definitely is.
I've seen a lot of documentation on this side, the LMA side, but I haven't seen. But that's a whole nother story.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, Real. I don't want to hold the mic. Go ahead. I'll come back.
I want to ask this. Since when you were the president of the NAACP and being the current sitting one right now, can you guys tell me, was there ever any type of incident where national came down for support in this county?
Rodney was
Anything with you, Rodney?
Not under my watch. They tried
Anything with you,
They
Rob?
tried to cut me.
No.
Anything with Tanisha?
Well,
Because I know we had some things happen. I know the kid that
Well,
got shot,
Yeah.
right? I mean, you look at Trayvon, and you look across the globe and situations with cops and polices. Cops and young black males. And I've seen them show up other places. Why not here in this county?
So
Why not?
that's crazy.
That's a great
Because my
question.
scenario is real.
That's a
Let's
great
just say
question.
right now, a kid gets shot right out there right now by the police. Injustice right now. Some situation just in the middle of our broadcast. You mean to tell me, as the president of the NAACP, that you would have to, like, your heart? That's wrong. I need to go out there and rally. I need to, when the news come out there, I need to be on the scene. Got the hook boy letting them know this ain't right. You mean to tell me you got the contact the damn national office to make sure it's good for you to go out there?
Now I can go ahead and stand and say, okay, I feel like that's not right. But as far as rallying and marching and all of that kind of stuff, I have to get the
So as far as organizing,
yes, definitely.
But if you saw all of us go out there right now, and we got signs for whatever reason, you can come out there and stand beside us.
As far as in a rally, like if y'all was out there in a rally,
Yeah, we out there with
And
with
you knew that
signs.
shit was
We
wrong.
out there with signs.
And in your heart, you knew it was wrong.
We out there with signs.
represent the NAACP. I don't think I could without.
Can I say this? Can I say this? Because to me, man, this is becoming real obvious to me.
Mm-hmm.
No matter what the approach, no matter what your tactic, no matter what angle you take, I don't think this is a Rodney Jones problem. I don't think it's a Robert Powell problem. I don't think it's a Felix Clyde problem. I think this is an organization problem.
Absolutely.
And
I
you
feel like
definitely
it's
right
an
on it.
organization problem.
Right.
And I will get frustrated with saying this is COVID, but we can go and fundraise and earn and give them money, and we don't see anything in our county.
Yeah, football
Real.
game,
Real.
basketball game.
To piggyback off of what you said, there's another social media comment that says the NAACP is really absent in the community, and we feel they have no faith in the community at all.
So what's the purpose of having a community, a local chapter? I'm still on that question. What's the purpose of having a local chapter? What's the purpose? Like, what's the purpose of even supporting them? Period. If they ain't gonna come down and they help us do nothing. It seems like the only reason to have a local chapter is to help them raise money. They get them money and send nationally, and he don't get paid nothing for wearing the NAACP shirt.
So look. We got, boy, hey, this whole thing is very educational to me, man. I didn't know it was steps like that. I didn't know you have to move the way the national wants you to move. You know, I thought you could be at free will because stuff happened instantly.
Definitely.
So if it happened instantly, how can you not respond instantly?
Well,
you know, it's kind of crazy. You know,
in between meetings, the president has a right to say whatever he wants to say. In between meetings, the president has had the will and the courage to do those things. You know what I mean? And it has to come from only reason I mean it, man. I done had 2,000 carries and I lost 3,000 motherfucking yards. For real, man. Before I got some help, I wasn't getting no wins, man. Them motherfuckers was dragging me, bruh. Like embarrassed me and shit and all kind of shit. Treat me like shit down there. But when we got some more soldiers came on that wasn't scared and gonna speak up and talk, man, that's when we got strong. And we strong right now, bro. We ain't nothing to be fucked up with. You know, when we come down there, they know we there. And you got to have that presence. Ain't no negotiating with no bitches. How you going to go negotiate with a motherfucker? He got a Uzi or a 12 gauge and got two goons back here standing back ready to unload on your ass. And you walking up there and you ain't got shit. You going to sit down and talk with the superintendent of schools and you ain't got a backbone worth of fuck and nobody ain't with you and nobody ain't going to stand for you. Bitch, and when I go down there, I bet a bitch can't arrest me now. I bet a bitch if I'm down there with the crew, they can't arrest me down there. They already know. You got to have some type of threat when you go to a negotiating table. If you ain't got no threat and they know the branch ain't about shit and they know you ain't got no weight to come in there, you just doing lip service and they finna tell you motherfucking lies and send you on your way. You got to create a threat. And we become a threat because we know the law and the same law they took us to all these years and drug us down, we taking them motherfuckers to the same motherfucking law. But we doing it widespread in front of everybody. We don't keep no secrets. We don't let one or two people. That's how you get your goddamn self killed. Why you think as soon as we get something vetted, we put it out to the people. Just like that. We ain't asking no motherfucking body. We ain't waiting on no permission. That's why by the time they even think about something to do, bitch, we done bitten the corner on y'all ass.
So Rodney, I like what you're preaching. I do. And somewhat like what the God Barber was saying, you know, people have their different opinions about you. I have my opinion about you. But more importantly, I like what you're doing for the community. I like the boldness. I like the energy that you bring. I like the fact that you are up on your stuff. I do. But what is an effective leader? And would you consider yourself as an effective leader in this community, being that you are a community activist?
Y'all got me sitting here, don't I tell you right there, I done did things nobody ain't did. I done took risks nobody ain't did. Man, God put me here for this time. Them 6 jobs I done lost, boy, them was good-ass jobs. Them was big money jobs. I know by HR, I've been over HR department. I done ran schools in 3 counties. You know what I'm saying? I've been a cultural competence person, got fired because it was rigging the contracts and shit, and I ain't gonna sit there while my black people don't get no contracts, but y'all get them all. You know what I mean? I've had some wonderful professional experiences that have equipped me to outsmart the motherfuckers downtown. You gotta get them early, bruh. You gotta get them earlier than me. Just like Tennille Moore, y'all know Tennille with the new Netflix thing. That's that's one of my best friends in life. She'll tell you, we used to have a little neighborhood newspaper together. Man, let me tell you something. She'll tell you, man, y'all stupid as hell to argue with Rod. How you gonna fuck with a nigga that don't do nothing but research? He don't go nowhere no more. He don't do nothing. I don't do no more research and come up with facts. Y'all don't know me my whole motherfucking life, man. My whole goddamn family. I'm deep here. All my family from here. We 4 generations deep here. How the fuck y'all my own people gonna turn on me in the middle of a fight? And then the people that's supposed to have my back, these civil rights organizations and shit, ain't doing nothing, so I don't respect that shit. You know what I'm saying? We about getting shit done. Period. I don't give a fuck what nobody's opinion is. With 2 or 3 are gathered. That's all we need. God said with 2 or 3, I don't need no whole fleet. Man, I done had meetings with 150 people in there. And if you get 1 soldier out that motherfucker, you done did good. People be looking at the wrong shit. People got their priorities wrong right now. Bitch, we in decline. We the only population in the United States whose population is in decline. Black people. We done aborted 21 million babies since the early 1970s. A whole state of Florida, we done flushed down the toilet. You know how I know? Because I was part of that. You know what I'm saying? I got some sins to wash, bitch. I ain't worrying about what a motherfucker think about me. Motherfucker ain't gonna get me nowhere. A lot of these times, man, I be on this shit, on this road by myself. Minister Huggins be here, but you know, he live off the land. He have to work. He gotta go where the money at. Most times it be down there, bitch, it just be me, Betty Lou, a couple old people standing up on guard for the whole motherfucking neighborhood. Bitch don't even know what they doing with the rules and laws. We won't know they running the motherfucking highway through till the goddamn dump truck pull up and start digging up the road. Then everybody talking about why they let them do that. They did that shit 5 years ago when we was telling y'all to come to that motherfucking meeting.
Wow.
Yes, sir.
Oh, wow.
So, man, I don't be wanna, like, people opinions and all that shit, man, motherfuck that shit, bruh. I don't care about that shit, bruh.
Good title for the show, motherfucker. That shit, good dog.
Look. I got 3 names I'm gonna yell out right now. I want each one of y'all, Robert and Rodney, to say 1 word about these names. My first name I'm gonna yell out, school board, because these 3 names represent our community. These 3 names are supposed to be influencing our community. So, school board member, Reverend Goldie. Give me 1 name. Give me 1 word about him. Either one of y'all.
This a compound word, motherfucking Sambo.
You got Bert.
Wow. To be positive.
Man, you don't choose me. Let me be positive.
Be positive.
Let me be positive.
Man, say the word. Hey, this truth be
word.
told,
Gotta coach
man.
yourself up.
1 word.
School board don't run
I got 2 more
TBT.
names now. 1 word.
1 word. That's a tough one.
Shit.
That's where you want to talk.
That shit tough.
That is a tough one. I
Pass on that.
Let me pass on that one. 'cause
Okay,
that's
my second name is Shirley Gruber. She the mayor.
Motherfucking pig ass racist. That's what the fuck she is. That's one word all stuck together.
It is.
I'm gonna have to say corruption on that one.
Okay. That's a good one.
Man, this is a big one here now. This might strike a nerve here. The black churches in our community. I'm gonna say the black church.
Promising.
I would say backbone.
The reason I ask that because those 3 people is supposed to be shaping our community. You got the school board, that's supposed to shape our community educational wise. You got the mayor, is supposed to be shaping this community
Resources.
resources, and the black churches is supposed to be giving us some kind of hope, prayer, confidence. If I'm wrong now, I'm wrong. I mean, I'm grown now. I'm telling you if I'm wrong now.
No, you're right.
Reverend Golden's not from here. People got to understand that. He ain't no 941 from the muck round here, man. They different parts of the country, black people perform different. That bitch up there from motherfucking out there by Ocala, them motherfuckers skin and grin their way through shit. Then you transplant him down here in one of them AME church deals, and we all know what the deal is with that. You know, he ain't never been from here. He been by himself. That's the culture from up there. Them Negroes watch out for themselves. They don't watch out for no community. Dr. Green from up there, Cynthia Saunders from up there, all them motherfuckers from the same place. You know what I'm saying? So the church to me is promising. You know why? Because all us part of the body of Christ. I might be an unusual Christian because God said he make his people peculiar people. I ain't supposed to be like nobody else. Peter, if you know your scripture, Peter the disciple was a cusser. One of his disciples he called Thunder. People think them disciples was walking around with some motherfucking Jordan slides and a new goddamn robe where they wasn't. Them motherfuckers were getting chased. Every last one of them disciples was martyred except for John and except for Judas who hung his motherfucking self. All the rest of them motherfuckers was skint, decapitated, skint, fucked up from left to right. Got chased from everywhere they went, in prison and everything. So I'm ready what come my way. I already know my fate. Just like when they had a choice, Christ went around and healed all these people, bruh. Blind man see, dead man rise, young girl rise, all this shit, bro. I love the people. Fed the people a few loaves of bread, fed thousands of people, and a few fish, thousands of people. And they had a choice between him and Barabbas. After all that shit he did, raised out, had thousands following him. No social media, no nothing, just word of mouth. And you know what the crowd did? They chose a motherfucking murderer and a thief over Christ. So I already know what's coming my way.
That's what's up.
I already know. I ain't scared of it, bruh. I done reported my own kids, bruh. I got some sins to make up for. I ain't fucking around with my salvation, bruh. I'm not doing it. What I do gonna protect my children when I'm gone. Bitch, I'll die today. Y'all don't understand how serious this shit. Bitch, your law is broke. You know how many Negroes sitting in prison ratting now ain't did a motherfucking thing? And we okay with that shit every motherfucking day? We marching about George Floyd and Justin Stackhouse got popped 3 times in the motherfucking back and once in the neck. The nigga didn't do shit. Nigga didn't do shit right here. Motherfucking blood still on the ground out there. Nobody didn't lift a finger to see what's going on with that shit. No bullet holes in the back of the car. No bullet holes in the driver's seat. The only bullet hole came from was the backside door where the officer pointed down in the car and killed his ass. All the blood was on the passenger side seat. The bitch was pissy drunk.
So with that being said, then there's a 2-part question for you then, bro. I hate to put you on the spot, but like God Barber say, baby, you signed up for it. Mm-hmm. So you meant... Back to word association. God Barber said Shirley Groover. You said corruption. Mm-hmm. Is the NAACP taking any action on that? That's the first part. And then the second part, going to the Stackhouse situation. What is the mindset or the what are y'all thoughts as an organization on that situation?
We definitely have done research on both of those situations, and still, you know, looking into those situations. Justin Stackhouse. I mean, we haven't gone as far as they have, because, like I said, a lot of this stuff happened before me, but we have, you know, looked into it. Unfortunate situation with Stackhouse, definitely. And like Rodney said, it definitely brings into question a lot of, you know, what they say, what happened, you know.
The problem with this shit, man, we don't do shit. So now the next motherfucker done came along and got killed on some fuck shit. Now you got another one on top of that, another one on top of that. Mm-hmm. You gotta hit this shit when it happened. You can't be waiting no 3 or 4 years and still talking no Justin Stackhouse and they done did 100 other motherfucking things. That's why they get lost in the shuffle. I'm like an old ass pit bull. When that Lincoln shit came on with my experience, I got 25 years civil rights experience. 25 years bona fide, certified, street certified. You feel me? I got 10 years corporate investigator. I used to be a corporate and trained investigator, audited everything. So I know where to go look for dirt. So if you don't grab that bitch right there and do something with that, not only is that a wonderful time to show for the black community, if we stick together, we can bring the whole motherfucking showdown. That represents landmark judgments for this black community. When you get a case like that, that judge gonna make an example out of them motherfuckers, since the depth of the corruption is all the way up to the governor's door. She gonna make an example out of that shit. We done did 2.5 years of research and shit. You gotta grab that one. I don't care what happened on top of that, you got to hang on to that one like a pit bull, because that's the one to bring the whole showdown. You know, so all that standing behind the NAACP and all them rules and shit, I don't want to hear none of that motherfucking shit. Because from the 941 10 toes down, from the muck here, bitch, you got a right to stand up. I don't give a fuck what you were a part of or what organization. You cannot let an organization dictate your freedom of speech, especially as a black man. My ancestors died for me to have this shit, bitch. You ain't finna check shit for me. That people done died for me, sodomized and raped and all these things that happen to our people, man, come on. And you ain't gonna stand up and do nothing?
Rod, before we go to this commercial break, I'm gonna say this right here, and this came off of social media, and I think this is kind of more down your lane. And it's gonna be anonymous. So when Susie was president and Rodney was vice president, there was an issue with the Boys and Girls Club. They stood up and made a racist program director resign. When Rodney was the president, the NAACP created the Black Bloc vote.
We bring it back.
And changed local races. They never tell about the great things that they did. And so I just want to state that.
Yeah, I appreciate whoever.
Absolutely.
Let's do this, man. Before we're gonna hit commercial, but when we come back off that commercial, I want to ask you a little bit about the meal tax, because I know you had some issues with that. So
Yeah.
I want to talk about that after the break.
All right.
Yo, fam, what's up?
What's up, TBTers? This your boy P.O.P., a.k.a. The Experience, and I'm encouraging all of you that's involved in relationships, whether you're married or not, if you have any relationship problems or you need any advice, hit the love scientists up on Truth Be Told at truthbetold2021@gmail.com. And you already know them boys' motto on the love scientists. The love scientists. When we done fucked up enough relationships to know what not to do.
All right, we back. Rodney, I noticed on your Facebook page and from your live, you had a lot to talk about when it came down to the meal tax from the school board. I have a lot of friends, family, associates, and colleagues that's in Manatee County School Board. I want to make sure that I'm understanding your message and what you're trying to do. One side of it seems as if this does not pass, which I believe you're saying don't vote for it, that takes money out of the same people that you're fighting for. So why were you saying don't vote for the meal tax?
Because it's actually not taking any money from the people. They've already got money in their budget. They got a $1.5 billion budget. They got fucking money to get those teachers raises. What they do is want to keep sticking something up the taxpayers' ass and making you pay this extra money so they can pay off all their cronies and their developers. They've got money. They've got more. You're supposed to build raises into your budget. So if Pop's a teacher, he already know the next 4 years his shit covered because it's in the budget. Why are you depending on a tax to hit the people for more shit? Right. Why are you hitting the people for more shit when you already got a $1.5 billion that you should factor in first and then cut back from there? You got to take care of your most important resource first, which is your human resource, your people. If nobody protected them teachers, some staff, they should have been protected. Then you cut off the back end. But just in the legal department alone, they need a forensic office. Man, them motherfuckers throw away so much money, man. Like this whole LMA shit. They don't got caught in motherfucking corruption. And then I asked Charlie Kennedy, the school board chair, what kind of controls y'all got over that money? Them attorneys just coming through. This motherfucker tell me, well, we don't audit billable hours, so we don't control billable hours. So you just let a damn attorney just bill whatever the fuck they want to, and nobody don't oversee that
heard
shit.
of that before.
It's the truth.
Who don't audit billable hours?
It's the truth. It's the truth. That's
So
how.
you know other companies that don't.
Man, hell
I've
no.
never heard of a company not audit billable hours.
Man, listen, they policy for their litigation for $1 billion juggernaut. One page this long, cuz. The other page this long. You know why they write that shit like that? Nebulous with nothing in it? So they can rob y'all motherfucking ass. And then it ain't nothing to stick them to because the policy motherfucking this long. They know what they doing.
And the people go along with
people because we don't want to
people
know.
go along with something like the meal tax because it sounds good.
Well,
it sounds like the teachers are getting raises when they already got the money in the budget for the raise.
The teachers told on their motherfucking self too. I'm from a family of educators. You can't tell me nothing about no teaching. You know what I'm saying? They told on themselves. Them teachers got that money, and you ain't heard shit else from a motherfucker. The only thing they was concerned about getting that little $5,000, whatever, and it's a lot of money. I'm a poor man too. I can do something. Give me $5. I'll show you what to do with that motherfucker. But at the same time, y'all ain't saying nothing about nothing else. Y'all ain't said nothing about nothing else. Y'all ain't said nothing about Lincoln. You ain't said nothing about what they doing to them kids at Horizons. You ain't said nothing. You don't when they got that money and when it sat your ass down. Y'all gonna need us.
So was that a tactic to get everybody's minds off the LMA situation or the Horizon?
No. They wanted that military with signs. Man, Manatee County people so goddamn dumb and don't read nothing and don't know nothing, man. The only thing they do, whoever got the most money and put up the most signs, that's who a bitch vote for. Whoever got the most, because you just in like this right down here, down this road here, they had so many goddamn signs, it was a shame. So every day you riding through there stuck in traffic, all you is being bombarded with them weird-ass colors in that sign. So when you go to the goddamn polls, what you do? You done been indoctrinated in that shit. And
So you know what?
So wait, hold on. So I know 2018 was the first year that this county passed that meal tax with I believe by a little bit over 50%. Came back this time around a lot higher, around 70%. So my thing is, if it had not passed in 2018, Manatee County was one of the, as far as the salary is concerned for teachers, we all know this profession ain't making nobody rich, right? Teachers, administrators, whoever work in the school board, there's a lot of work to be done. There's a lot of accountability on teachers. We always talk about firefighters, all that need to be paid more. So this, outside of what you're saying, I don't know what Manatee County had. What I do know is they got a county right beside them that's paying their teachers a lot more. Matter of fact, 2002 they signed for their first millage, and ever since 2002 it has passed. And ever since 2002, Sarasota County has been one of the richest counties when it comes down to teacher salaries. A lot of teachers in Manatee County was going across that border. So now we losing teachers. So if Manatee County don't do something, which has been established, Sarasota County has had the mill. Alongside Sarasota County, there's other counties, 9 or 12 other counties that are doing the same thing. And I think that is ramping up across the state. So if Manatee County don't stay in competition with the salary, what do you expect to happen?
The problem isn't the competition. The problem is the corruption. They stealing millions of dollars. When you say that, people believe that's like unbelievable. They've had millions of dollars come up on audits at the school just gone, poof. Millions of dollars. Nobody don't go to jail. A bitch don't go look for it or nothing. You got a $1.5 billion budget where you can siphon off money all over the place, and that's what they do. So the money is there. They losing teachers because of the quality of the education here. This is not an A or B school district. All that shit's propped up by fraud. That's what has Cynthia Saunders right now with 3 open felony cases right now at Manatee County Sheriff's Office. No, I know because I filed them on corruption. So the teachers are leaving not only because of the money, but they're leaving because of the school district here. It's a corrupt district.
Well, if I could add to that off just personal experience, because I'm currently a Sarasota employee of the school district in Sarasota. I was started in Sarasota County in 2003, I believe it was. I came over to Manatee County. When I got to Manatee County for that 1 year, I had to go back. One, Manatee County was so far behind the technology that Sarasota County had was ridiculous.
I could not believe it set like Manatee County was set back in the past. Like, why are y'all still using this type of technology in Sarasota County, just a county way doing what they're doing? I understand that Sarasota and the residents that live in that county is going to make a huge difference in what the pot of money that they have and the amount of people that live there. But I just feel like this is something that they needed to do because they will lose out, man. I really feel like they will lose out if these teachers. You got good teachers in Manatee County. You really got some good teachers.
Only thing they had to do was go in the budget and get the money because the money's already there. Y'all keep talking about this other stuff on the back end, but the front end, I'm telling you, they got the money already for that. They just hit y'all for another $40 million. You see what I'm saying? Pat Neal, the damn developer, jumping up like motherfucking Jumpman on the commercial. Why the fuck he jumping up and down? You know why? Because that money gonna go to pay people off and shit. They gonna get them contracts and shit. This motherfucker, when that millage passed, had him in the paper jumping like Jordan. You could have took a picture of that bitch and put him on a shoe. You know what I'm saying? Because he already know what that money gonna be used for. What the fuck a developer jumping for? Because people got to pay more taxes. Because he already know. They know the way that money gonna go out, man. These districts so crooked, man. That's why we stand so hard, because we think we actually finally got a chance. I'm telling you to get a hit, bruh. I'm talking about tomorrow, man, is gonna be, it is Manatee County probably the most historic moment if things go like we think they should go tomorrow. It's gonna change everything.
And you know what? But you know what I heard you say earlier, Rodney, earlier in the interview, you were saying that people lost, credit went bad, they lost jobs, mental issues. But I think the bigger picture that we're missing is these kids, man.
Yeah.
These kids was more affected by this than I think anybody. And I think at the end of the day, that's who we're forgetting about. The kids. Like my daughter was a part of that.
Yeah.
And I know the stuff that my wife and I had to sit up with her late at night with her crying and not wanting to go to school, and you know what I'm saying. And my daughter loves school. Yeah. She loved going seeing Jackson or Mr. Lilly, Mr. Hundley, Miss Mays Davis. She loved going to see her.
Shout out to Deanna.
But
hey,
when
Deanna.
that situation happened, like that was like a nightmare for her.
Yeah, I
remember. And I'm sure it was a nightmare for a lot of other kids, and and other parents that had to deal with that. So at the end of the day, I sympathize with the teachers that that lost their jobs and credit and all that. But more importantly, man, those babies.
Yeah, well, I said that too. I said a pristine learning environment for our kids. That's number one. Because we want to get the schools to restore it for all the obvious reasons, man. Public schools failing our damn kids, man. We can't even deny that anymore. It's all around the country. They holding on to our kids because our kids bring big money. You don't label them with every motherfucking thing in the world. So now they big money to you, so you're hanging on to them even though you can't educate them. That most of the schools here in the county, especially Title I schools, man, them teachers, man, having a hard time hanging on to Lucretia and Man. You know how I know they having a hard time? Because I live in Bradenton Village. Median income over there, $20,000. I live in the motherfucking project. Median income over there, $20,000. Median income for Manatee County is about mid-50s. For a city of Bradenton, it's about $47,000. Man, we so far behind. That the 50% of the population where I live got a 12th grade education or less, no high school diploma. We done had 4 murders within 2 blocks of my house in the last 3 years. So I see stuff differently. I live in it. I'm immersed in it. So I see stuff different. I see my people hurting. I don't see nobody standing up for them. I don't see no justice. So when I hear people stand behind organizations and, Robert, my boy, I be telling Robert all the time, I don't know why y'all don't abandon that motherfucking jalopy and come on out here and help these people, man, with your own person. I did it. They thought they was gonna cripple me, man. You can't cripple what God done said. You can't cripple the truth. How the fuck you gonna cripple the truth? The only way you cripple the truth is I don't pick up my sword and swing that motherfucker.
Well, Hot Rod, I'm glad you said that. So, with the what you're saying, as far as I don't know if you're specifically saying the NAACP need to step up or
it's everybody need to step up.
Okay, because
real talk.
I guess I'm piggybacking off of that, along with a question once again or a statement that wanted to ask Coach Powell. Why should anybody join the NAACP? Knowing like seems like my guys that uncovered the fact that it just seems like I don't know,
Yeah.
That's
a good question.
It's like
coming especially from what you saying about the national.
Yeah.
And before you answer that, what's the next 3 things that you have planned, Bert, for this community? Before you,
go ahead.
Yeah, you can answer what Pop said, but after that, I want you to know. I want to know what's the next 3 things you got coming up. Like what's
on the agenda?
Yeah, what's on the agenda? What you got coming up?
But first, what?
you say,
Why should? Because you have to pay dues, right? Is
Yeah.
that correct? You have to become a member. I'm ignorant. We educate, uplift, and entertain, right?
Yeah.
How do you become a member of the NAACP?
Why would I want to become a member?
Damn. You damn bum, you.
Why would I want to become a member?
Well, first of all,
Can you
go, what you
the how, and then we gonna get to that. That's real. That is the legit question. I went my dog now. Shit.
NAACP.org, and you can join a $30 membership fee, and then you'll be a part of the chapter.
That's yearly? A yearly fee?
Each year.
Okay.
Yep. We're the oldest, civil rights organization. It is. The reason I'll go back a little bit. The reason I decided to take, thinking of to take on being the president of the NAACP, like I said, it felt like I could make a difference using the title to get in some, like Rodney said, you probably get in some doors, get in some places. Like he said, when I call, somebody gonna answer and things like that. So you kind of try to use that vehicle
Kick the motherfuckers in.
to get to some places that you probably won't be able to get to. And maybe some people that might listen to me that might not want to listen to him. They know, and that was another one of the things, and that's one of the things that I was thinking. We're stronger together. The more people, if I came down to something with NAACP and I had 250 members with me, with pastors and everything like that or whatever, and they know I was coming with the community, they're gonna be more apt to, to do different things like that. And like there's a lot of things that the research and things like that we can do, and like I said, the level of corruptions and things like that we can uncover. But we have to do it together. We have to come together.
So do you mentioned that clout and that name? Do you feel like your name carry that weight? And I'm not talking about your name, Robert Powell. I'm talking about NAACP president. Meaning, like, if you go, you want to request a meeting with Cynthia Saunders. She's the superintendent. Is she gonna respect you because you're the president of the NAACP? If you go down to the mayor's office, you go down to the police department, the chief of police, the sheriff, whoever. Are they gonna be like, hey, this is the NAACP? Do you feel like you have that clout?
Well, I feel like I do.
You feel like they respect it like that?
I feel like they respect. If I want to meet with them, I feel like I can call them. Pick up the phone right now and say I need to meet with you.
No, because he ain't no threat. He ain't no threat. NAACP is no threat, bruh. Let's not try to paint that shit like it's something that it's not. That's what be fucking the people up right there. We won't tell the truth about shit. That motherfucker ain't got no clout, bro. They have them in there because they can use them and use the name just like they use Tarnisha Clyde. You look at Tarnisha's resume, that bitch sparkling. Been on all these boards and all this shit, bruh. But when you track back and look at her performance on the motherfuckers, garbage. She let the CRA, which is one of the most important economic impetus for black communities, she let the motherfuckers go a whole year without meeting while they running ham without money. You know what I mean? So y'all got to start telling the people the truth, man. That is not what it used to be. There's a lot of agenda at the national level that's going to keep you from doing anything prosperous for your community. Them motherfuckers get that thing for the title because it's a good title to have. It's a real good title to have if you're going to try to move around a little bit like you're talking about. But when it comes to the fight,
basically now, right. Now we getting to the nitty damn gritty. Now hold on, let's go ahead and be real because like that's the energy that I get from Mr. Jones.
Right.
Motherfucker ain't shit. Defending that shit,
what Rodney said too, the resume, Tarnisha Clyde resume. Shoot, if you look on Burke's Facebook page, Bert got a resume too, huh? It's long.
Absolutely.
So
But I want to give Bert.
so what y'all?
Yeah.
I mean,
Performance,
let's
my
talk about
friend.
this. Talk about this
And
resumes.
I mean, that's his opinion. And I
Nah, it's a whole neighborhood opinion, bro. Don't do that shit, bro.
And I value that.
Don't do that shit in here, man.
I'm just saying, I
But why
value-
would you have a chance to tell the truth and sit up here and tell a motherfucking lie, man? That motherfucker ain't shit, man. Why you sitting up there saying that
So
shit,
you
bro?
trying to tell me that?
I'm trying to tell you that motherfucker ain't shit and the proof is in the pudding because y'all ain't did a motherfucking thing, nigga. What
Okay.
the fuck you talking about, man?
Okay, so
I can't stand that shit, bruh.
if
It's time out for that shit, bruh. It ain't no time for no stuttering and shit, bruh.
I'm
Either
letting
you
you
gonna
talk.
come behind that shit and help the neighborhood, or you gonna stand behind that motherfucker and be left behind. Period. We ain't waiting on no motherfucking body. Y'all coming to jump on shit
What
after
are you?
you.
What are you? Hey,
hold on.
well, I
Like-
guess
hold on.
it's a good chance.
Like I said,
Kind of kill a couple birds with one stone. Number one, you can address that, but you can also address what T Green, a God Barber, asked earlier when he said, "What are the three things? Like, what's on y'all agenda? Like, what are y'all planning?" I understand COVID, but God, COVID.
yeah, I mean,
But they can have fundraisers.
No, I mean,
Man, quit defending
And-
that shit, bro. You make yourself look bad in front of how many other people y'all got on there, bro? That's why I told you, man, y'all got to be careful of that shit. That title is not worth ruining your name in the neighborhood for.
and I don't really think that.
Bro, you crazy. We looking for you to do something, Negro. That's what we looking for you to do. I don't want to hear that stuttering
what have
shit.
you done?
Okay.
So
Hold on,
Yeah.
But what I'm trying to figure out is, okay, you said you were looking for me to do something, looking for us to do something, as opposed to what you've done or what y'all have done. Or, I mean, I'm just trying to figure that out. Because I mean, I know you've done a lot.
What you
But
trying to say we ain't did nothing?
No, I know you've done a lot. But I mean, how far are you going to be? How have you been able to go?
Bitch, we got motherfuckers in federal court. That's how far we been able to go. I got Gene Brown bent over a barrel over there. Independent activists. We been digging in on shit y'all ain't said a motherfucking thing about, bruh. Let's be 100 on this shit.
Okay.
And everybody in this room motherfucking know it, bruh. And you know it too. And you don't see you got baited into this motherfucker. And you ain't man enough to stand up and tell the truth. That motherfucker ain't did nothing for us. Tell the motherfucking truth.
Move.
I don't.
Tell the motherfucking truth.
I don't.
Truth be told, nigga. Tell the motherfucking truth, bruh.
I don't feel like. I don't
Man,
feel
that
like
motherfucker ain't
Hold on.
did shit here.
Hold on.
Name it.
Damn.
Somebody name it. Name that shit.
Let him.
Name that shit. All y'all from here, name that shit. T Green done heard every story in that motherfucking barber chair. Name that shit they done did. I'd rest my motherfucking case. Can't say shit. That's what y'all did. So quit defending that shit. Saying some deficiencies in that motherfucker, and it need a major motherfucking overhaul.
okay.
And
We gotta
that
Let Mr. Robert.
I'm gonna go. I mean, and a lot of that stuff definitely he don't point with. I mean, I can't argue with him. I can't argue with him about that. I'd be stupid to sit here and try to argue. First of all, I mean, definitely because he's been the president. He's seen this. He knows exactly what he's talking
that
about.
motherfucker ain't about shit.
He's talking about. But however, I still feel like we could use this NAACP as a vehicle to get some places that we wouldn't be able to get if we didn't have
Listen,
it.
bro.
But hold on,
Yeah,
Robert.
Can I say this?
Can
Go
I?
ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Let's just say this, man. You know, let's just say we taking that outback roads. It ain't nothing. You know, it's just grass. It's whatever.
Okay.
What I'm trying to ask, man, and see, because when we look at that organization, they're asking for people to jump on board, right?
Definitely.
But if we don't got the right vehicle to travel off road
On the
terrain, and those tires, if that vehicle is not capable of traveling that road, why should we jump on?
Okay.
Right.
We don't have. What vehicle do we have?
I understand, but with that's
We are. I mean,
to
we are.
me, Rob, I don't know if deep down in your heart, do you? I believe you believe in the NAACP. I believe you see where there may be some things that are not going right with this organization.
Definitely so. Okay.
So how, being that said, how can you, when I see it's not right, how can you be the president, but at the same time, try to fix that problem that we're having right now in the community?
That's
in that organization.
That's tough. And that's like you just said, it's tough being the president and trying to change that narrative, trying to get that back to the the old narrative, like he was saying, like
Right.
back in the day when they had that strength, and that's why you said you got to try to build it back up. You got to get that stigma back off of it.
So
to
what
where-
happens?
Back in the day, though, I'm sorry. Back in the day, from what I remember, you know, growing up as a little kid and seeing the NAACP, it was impressive.
Right.
But they was out there.
It's not that today.
They were out there.
Right.
It's
And
not
right
that
now,
today.
man, I
We-
can't
They
see it.
be
From the
too.
Sarasota chapter to the Manatee County chapter, maybe to the Tampa. I don't know too much about them.
Yeah.
But I don't see that.
So once again, why should people
why
join?
should I be? Tell me
why
why
put
should
you-
I be a member of the NAACP?
Because we're all advanced for the advancement of colored people in here. Why, like, anybody in here a member? First of all,
No, I'm not a member.
anybody in here a member?
I don't think nobody. I think just
Okay.
Robert.
Just yeah.
So why
Pretty Ricky.
are you gonna?
Shame
are you
on
gonna?
you.
No. Okay. So why should I be a member?
Why should he re-up?
Well, like I said, I think if you do be a member, or you should be a member, because the fact that we're trying to build this thing back up, to strengthen back up as a civil rights organization, to be able to do the things that that he's doing or he's already, but it's going to be some doors that he may not be able to get to with our NAACP title.
Right.
That door, they're going to have to open the door.
I agree. I agree.
I hear you.
Go ahead.
I hear you, Lord knows. I hear you.
Laker
I
bomb
hear
you.
you.
Cute ass.
I hear you.
Like a
But
tail.
how are you opening? How can you open those doors if you got to go to national first and national say no, Rob, we ain't opening that door?
Well, I haven't got to that. I haven't got.
Okay, so
I
can
haven't
you,
had that experience.
by you
yet.
being an NAACP president, can you just Malcolm X some shit? Like, man, damn what y'all. I ain't even calling y'all for no permission to do this.
No, you
I'm
can't
finna
do
do
that.
this.
That's what he did.
That's exactly what.
Okay, so why
happened
not?
with him.
But I'm saying, if you, Robert, I know you.
Yeah.
I know you personally.
Yeah, right.
And please don't think I'm jigging at you, Lord.
No. I really don't.
This ain't you.
And
This is not you, Rob.
In a sense,
This is not you,
and
Rob.
definitely, you're right in some aspects, because in a lot of times, I'm where he was at, you know. But in the same sense, I have to think about, okay, you have to just calm down, you go through the channels, do what you need to do. Because you know, how else are you gonna get things moving or get things the way they need to be? You might have to jump through some hoops. But in order to make things better for my community or whatever like that, I have to be able to do that. I might have to be able to go, if that's what I have to do, then I have to go through and do it that way. It might seem like, okay, well, they're not doing anything, they're not able to do much and everything, but I have to keep pushing it. I have to keep pushing the issue, you know, for our community, for our people. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Let me ask you one question.
Go ahead.
About an issue here in Manatee County.
Okay.
That actually made a national platform.
Okay.
The incident with the little girl in the cell phone.
Right.
Has the NAACP backed that?
Yes. We have. We have.
And back it
and-
meaning how? Like people want to know like how, like what type of action.
Well, they have an attorney. She has an attorney right now. But we
She
went
got
and-
attorney that's a pit bull, too,
We went
boy.
we went and stood. You know, stood with them, make sure that they know that we're standing with them. Anything research wise and things like that or whatever. I mean, his organization has done a lot of with it as well. I want to just say it's just us, but we did. You know, just about to say, hey, we're behind this family 100%.
So is it safe to say the NAACP only gets involved with national issues?
No, not necessarily.
Because this LMA situation is something big.
And see, and like I said,
And it's
the element
corruption all
right.
It's corruption all through it.
Right.
For the life of me, I can't understand why. For the life of me, I can't understand why the NAACP hasn't gotten behind it.
why some of our
I wouldn't say we did.
black officials in Manatee County haven't gotten
I wouldn't
behind
say.
it.
I wouldn't say. I
But
wouldn't
then
say.
the LMA situation,
Don't
didn't
do
it go
that, bruh.
national? It
Don't
did
do
go
that.
national, didn't it? Didn't it go national?
Don't say y'all help, cause y'all ain't.
Nah,
Didn't it go national? The LMA situation
We
it
got
went
some
national.
we got a little bit of national.
call-
So if it went
If you
national,
call
why the
being,
national NAACP didn't come down?
Yeah, if you call being on USA Today,
They didn't do it.
top what 50 charter school scandals.
Yeah.
You ain't going national.
You know,
I would say
right.
that when it's considered national.
You know what? I'll tell you what I like about this meeting that we have right now. You got two people in this shop that have passion for what they doing. All right. Rodney coming at you from a rebel standpoint. Rodney coming at you like the who would want to see. Like, hey man, that's the fight that we want to see.
Definitely.
Bert coming at you in a calm sense. You know, you got some people saying, I like how Bert approaching it, man. He's coming with a calm sense. Like some of the church folks don't like how Rodney coming. A lot of church folks like how Bert coming. You know? But a lot of church folks, when they get behind closed doors, they act just like Rodney.
They want to be. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
What about?
So I don't want to go that route, but from what I'm hearing here, Bert is taking there's some stuff Bert wanted to say, but Bert is trying to be real professional as possible.
Definitely,
You know,
definitely that.
But it's
And
hard.
that's
It's
not-
hard.
and that's not him,
It's
T-Green.
hard to be professional amongst a whole lot of unprofessional situation that's going on in our community. How can you be professional when there's a lot of unprofessional stuff going on in the community? You have to be unprofessional along with them to try to get stuff accomplished.
But
You know,
if
but I mean,
and-
and ain't throwing no darts at you.
No, right,
or
right,
Rodney.
right.
I like what we got going on here because it's two.
Right.
It's
It just-
two animals going at it.
right, it just and a lot of times you want to be that, but it's being that way going to get us where we need to be.
So
But,
let me ask you-
but what way? I mean, we've been like this. It's been like this for years, man. Like 400 years, having slavery been going on back in the days. We've been having black leaders speaking. We've been walking. We've been riding, and the stuff don't seem to be the same. Cause it's like I'm not trying to be a pastor or nothing, but from what I heard coming up through life, God is the earth. Evil is the people that's running inside the earth. You know, if I'm saying that right, God is the earth, and the people inside the earth are doing crooked stuff, evil stuff, and it's been like this for years. You know, Reggie said he haven't seen nothing from the NAACP, from Sarasota. We haven't seen nothing in Manatee County. Shoot, I don't even know what kind of power NAACP have, period.
Hey,
Because the
what
stuff that we got going on in the community, I mean, how can you solve it? You know, how can Rodney solve it? I mean, it's like we outnumbered, man.
I don't think we can solve it apart.
Right.
I don't think we can't solve it apart.
We can't.
Right.
But if I'm a member of the NAACP and I'm going through a situation, I'm a member, I'm going through a situation, will the NAACP get behind me?
Yeah, I mean, once you reach out to us, yeah, or you say,
And
want-
I'm
yeah.
gonna tell you why I'm asking that question, because
Okay.
I know for a fact Ed Huntley is a member of the NAACP.
and we did get behind Ed, because Ed did.
The NAACP got behind Ed Huntley?
Yeah, he did talk to us, and we did get behind him on some of the issues that he wanted us to get behind with him.
So
it
why
ha-
can't
it has to be-
you being representative?
But what I'm saying is, and you got to understand, Ed has legal counsel and stuff too. NAACP is not going to get, we're not going to.
No, I understand they're not lawyers, but
Right.
if the NAACP show force in Manatee County on this situation, I don't think it drags out this long. I mean, am I wrong with you, Jones?
And you probably right.
I'm just saying. If they get behind this, if they get behind this LMA situation, I don't think it drags out this long, because it would have been found
And you
like
probably,
that.
You're probably right, but like I said, if they would have jumped on it from the beginning when it happened,
Right.
I wasn't, the president then, so I don't understand why they didn't get involved with it with it then. However,
We did get
with-
involved in it, and I got a cease and desist.
I mean, yeah, I
order
mean,
told me to
that's
stop.
right. You
They told I was going along with it. That's why they can't tell the truth, bro. They can't do shit because these are the two things that they got on me about. They got me kicked out of the NAACP, supporting LMA and what they was doing to them, and this shit going on with Bradenton Police Department. I got 2 cease and desist letters, then I was kicked out. They can't do that shit because it contradicts. They can't do shit because it contradicts what they just did to me. So y'all just kicked the Negro out for doing the same thing that y'all finna go do. So what they do is cherry pick ideas and things that they can jump onto that's not controversial, that I ain't been fucked up in it. So they pick little cherry pick shit instead of going after the main shit. You know, Horizons over there is a fucking school to prison pipeline. No lie. Right here in our face, everybody knows about it. But what's somebody doing about it? We done ticketed them 100 times, asked for all kind of help. They ain't doing motherfucking
and
thing.
actually,
Man, y'all ain't doing shit, bruh. Y'all ain't doing shit,
We actually got a
bruh.
meeting set up right now.
With who?
Us and the League of Women Voters and some other people.
So right, you can't no longer be involved with NAACP again, no longer. Like, can you be a board member of the NAACP right now?
When they suspended me, they suspended my presidency and my membership.
Oh, so you can't even be on the board. Like,
listen,
on the board.
I ain't finna pay $30 to get fucked up. You know what I mean? I get fucked up on my own. I ain't finna pay a bitch $30 to get fucked up, and then when I get fucked up out there, you don't come and support me. My own people struck at me, man. You know how I found out I wasn't the president of the NAACP? Greg Alexandria called me. He said, bro, you know you ain't the president of the NAACP no more? I say, no. He said, Tarnisha just on Facebook announcing it to everybody. That's what they cared about me. After my sacrifice.
So they couldn't even call you? National didn't even call you?
No, but I learned about, I wasn't the president of the NAACP on Facebook. I hadn't even seen it. Greg Alexandria called me. Bro, you ain't president of it. What? What the fuck? I wasn't president no more. Tarnisha announced it on Facebook, bitch. I don't know what I'm talking about.
I got a question. And I think this really can apply to both of you, but it's really going to be addressed to you, Rodney. Both of you need people to help. Both of you need people to follow what you guys are doing. In your case, as the NAACP, they got to pay $30. In your case, you just looking for people to just come on board.
Like Jesus, boy.
But here's the deal. What do you say when his approach is more, hey, come on, this is what our organization is about. People in the community that I've heard sometimes say, you bully people into probably coming on board with what you have. Do you feel that?
Bro, people coming on board with me because they like what I'm doing.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Just like y'all gotta, man, you can't relate nothing without relating it to scripture. When Noah was out there building the ark, and I talked about this, I think they said it took from 50 to 70 years to build an ark, just a mammoth structure, just architecture genius. Get all that shit in there. You know how many people helped him? They cussed him out, they beat him up, beat his family up, spit on him, did all this stuff until it started to motherfucking rain. And then everybody came running to the ark. You know who closed that door on the ark? God closed that door. No, it didn't close that door. The word say God closed it. So I ain't looking for with 2 or 3 are gathered, I'm in the midst. I don't need no whole fleet of Negroes. Whenever you get a whole fleet of motherfuckers, you have more problems anyway. Martin Luther King said he had more trouble out of people in his own camp than he did the white folks. Bitch, I don't work with no Judas. I don't work with nobody that ain't gonna ride with like we ride. So it ain't built for everybody. So this ain't no journey that everybody can go on, boy. You gotta come equipped for this shit. You really gotta not give a fuck. You can't care about getting killed. Man, they bashing people in the head for shit that we doing here. We done filed complaints on the Florida Department of Law Enforcement, to the FBI, the governor's office. Bitch, you get your shit smashed in. But somebody gotta stand up and do something. And if y'all think that approach right there that we've been doing for 400 years, the one that is gonna get us there, I ain't mad at y'all. Keep trying that shit. Just don't look for me to be over there with y'all ass.
So what do you say to the people, Rodney, when they say, man, I can't listen to Rodney, man, because he using the B word, the MF word.
I think he answered that earlier.
Yeah, I know. I ain't got no problem with it. But you're going to have people saying,
I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, you're going to have people saying, Rodney will quote stuff from the Bible, and then they'll go
Peter was
using
the
cuss words and all that
Peter was a
stuff.
cusser.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to know who, man, God say none good dwelleth in the flesh. Nothing good. You'll have a pastor throw away a whole church about some thick hips and some thick thighs. You know what I'm saying? It's just what it is. I've learned, I don't give a fuck what nobody else say. I've learned to accept me. For the first time in my life, I know what I'm supposed to do. And I know he done told me everybody gonna come against me. So, bitch, I'm forward tough. I'm ready.
Boy, hey.
I ain't running from nothing.
Hey, Hot Rod, boy, I'm glad you know what you're supposed to do, because I know what I'm supposed to do right now. I'm supposed to spin this thing till I own the record session, because, you know, that's what we got to do. That's our version of the hot seat. That's how we wrap this thing up here. So I don't know what y'all fellas got, and I appreciate you guys, and I appreciate the Facebook audience. So we'll do this accordingly. I've got a question for each, and I'll start with Rodney. To me, based on the comments that I see on Facebook, based on what I saw here, you just absolutely feel like nothing personal, but you just feel like they ain't doing shit. So with that being said, even if we agree to disagree, at some point in time, are y'all brothers gonna get together? Or is that a possibility that we unite some kind of way? I mean, what?
We together now. Shit, that's my dog. I just don't agree right now with the position that blacks are in. And we gotta obviously see my motto, man. Y'all motherfuckers talking about a goddamn reparations. Bitch, you better go get them motherfuckers. Nobody ain't gonna give us nothing. They damn country broke. We damn near $30 trillion in debt. So I just got a replenishment model, bruh. All the wrong and hurt that y'all did, we go get our motherfucking money. And then we have a plan to spend that money. Ed could walk away with millions of dollars off of this shit. They predicting potentially landmark judgment. Y'all know the largest settlement for big tobacco, one person got $26 billion. One person. You know why they did that? As a deterrent. Let the motherfucking next bitch know, you come down this road, we might stun y'all ass and y'all will never recover. You see what I'm saying? So Absolutely. Man, it just ain't no time to be fucking off.
I got you.
It just ain't no time.
I appreciate that.
It ain't no time.
Mr. Powell, this is an on-the-record question.
Okay.
This person states that, I don't know if they're trying to be funny or not, but I definitely know your view on the Bucks. How you feel about the Bucks? But what I don't know is your agenda. What specifically does the NAACP going to do for the community? Let's say starting like we got March and April.
Well, right now, our focus, and definitely I was just telling Ronnie that we're definitely looking into that Horizon deal because our kids are disproportionately being put in Horizon. I want to say our kids,
When you say looking into the Horizon deal, you mean
kids placed in Horizon school.
Okay.
You know, that's one of our definitely top things right now.
What about the graduation rate scandal? Were you guys involved in that?
Well, we're going to plan to be involved in all that. Right now, we're trying to figure out how are our kids just getting sent over there like in droves. Mm-hmm. And it's crazy because, you know, I don't know what the percentage is. Ronnie probably know the percentage better than me, but I just know that more so our kids are getting sent over there for minor infractions or whatever. You know, 2 or 3 or 4 referrals, and you label and you go into Horizon.
I know a kid.
So this is an on the record question then, just based on all the stuff that we say that the NAACP, the hands tied, this and that, da 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 da. Mm-hmm. Just what the hell y'all gonna do? What's the plan? I'm not trying to be funny.
Right.
But literally, are you saying y'all looking into it?
But
once y'all look into it, to me it's what is there to look into? It's wrong.
Right.
So
once once you get that information and once you try to figure out why this is happening, mm-hmm. then we need to start attacking the process.
You already know why it's happening. You got a 209-page investigation from the Florida Department of Education that says that it's happening so they can fraudulently increase the graduation rates. What the fuck? I mean, like, how much more you need to see before you just start running into these motherfuckers? And even if it's some casualties along the way, change ain't never came without casualties. It's gotta be, bitch, first one. If I'm the first one up the hill, first one down, last one standing, bitch, I'm going. We got to go right now. If you can't put that, if you got a fire right there, you've been smelling smoke forever. You see the goddamn fire, and you still sitting there watching motherfucking TV with your family. That motherfucker gonna get big in about 2 seconds, bitch. You better put that shit out. So we sitting back like we in some motherfucking best life shit, and the whole world falling apart around us. Black people have no voice and no rights in Manatee County. None.
And just to
Yeah,
think,
how you address? I mean, you do.
and he, he's right in this sense. But like I tell you, we have to come together. That's what I've been preaching since I get.
And Rob, and I'm
So
with you. I'm with you on us coming together. Lord knows, I am with you on us coming together. But how can I come and stand beside you, and you got to call somebody else to get permission to fight? But with Rodney out there, he fighting. He ain't gotta get no permission from nobody. It's just if I got the courage enough to stand with him and fight the way he's fighting.
Right. And it just and I'm not saying that he can't fight.
I see him fighting.
No, I'm just.
I'm saying is you saying we gotta come together. What would make Experience, Real, God Barber, Be Mobile, come stand beside you and fight along with the NAACP when we got to call national? Hey man, we got a situation down here. Can we move? We need to move now though. We'll email y'all or call y'all back tomorrow. Tomorrow too late. We need to go now.
If they email you at all, they don't communicate back, Rob. That's why
we gotta go now. So what?
Yeah,
what's gonna make me stand beside you to fight with the NAACP logo?
What?
Nothing.
Can I be fair? Because at the same time, we asking to stand by Robert, but what's gonna make you stand by Rodney?
Rodney out there, he's feeling the pain.
He's been asking for that as well.
And nobody ain't doing it.
Nobody ain't stepping
Yeah,
up. So
I agree.
So
No. Take that back now.
Let's go.
We got a lot of support. We might not have a lot of support from the neighborhood, but we got a whole organization that was born out of it, Manatee, MCC4J, they dynamite. That's what helped me, bro. I wasn't getting no y'all shit that came along, Pastor Majon and that whole crew. Man, so we got a lot of help. We got all the Patriot groups now, white.
That's what I was going to say, Ronnie, and I ain't trying to take this to a racial place, but you have more whites standing beside him and Mr. Hundley in the LMA situation than you do our own people.
Because they read. See, a lot of them people ain't...
Our own people not standing beside him.
Listen, bro, a lot
you had, when that whole situation was going on at that school, when you had staff, you had, I saw Lily. Alton Lily in the forefront.
Popping off.
Mm-hmm. Kevin Jackson in the forefront. Because I think our people are so, like you said, it's going to be casualties. But our people are so afraid of losing jobs.
Yeah, but at the same time, those people that was invested in LMA. I mean, what if you're not necessarily invested like that in LMA? I still need your support as a community.
Right.
Those people necessarily hasn't stepped up.
I'm with you on that.
So it's easy for the vested people to do it. But what about the non-vested people?
You got the non-vested. You got Mr. Belly Lou and all that.
That's Belly Lou. Okay.
No, but listen.
What about? I'm talking about.
You don't need them to.
I agree.
Hey, listen. All that's gonna be a mute point in a minute. All that chatter, everything, because I'm a results-driven people. I usually don't even do media stuff. I came because my man asked me. I don't come doing this kind of stuff, man. I ain't got time. You know what I'm saying? Because the proof is going to be in the performance. Fuck all that neighborhood shit, who like this shit, what church. I don't give a fuck about none of that. We talking about performance. Who going to bring some bread? Who going to break a wall down? Who going to run a motherfucker out of here? Y'all can't let Judas just walk around the motherfucking camp. We got our own people hurting us more than anybody. Get rid of them bitches. The only way you gonna get rid of them is running to them. Talking about meeting with a bitch that don't care nothing about you. They don't show it that they don't care nothing about you for 400 years. At some point, you're gonna have to ball up your motherfucking fist and do something. I ain't gonna leave this shit for my kids. I ain't gonna leave it for yours, whether we fighting for you or not. Man, we got to do something. All these black men in here, bro, we got to do something. It's time, bro. We losing. Y'all don't understand.
It's time. It's time.
It's time, bro. Fuck this shit, man.
Great
Real,
segment.
yeah, absolutely. And real quick, Coach, Mr. Powell, the NAACP, I know political money, this and that, all that good stuff. Are they supporting the cities that raise the most money?
No, I wouldn't say that.
You wouldn't say that?
No.
All right, I appreciate that. So, we've got to go to shout-outs.
Yeah. Let's go to shout-outs real quick. Brought to us by Rise Sports.
Rise.
Rise up, right?
Rise up, baby.
B Mobile, man. What's up, man? You got any shout-outs real quick? Shout-outs before we end the
Man, this was a great segment, man. Great show, but huge shout out, man, to the Waiters family, man. All those all of Antoine Waiters' kids. Big shout out to y'all. His brother Javon Waiters. Hey, mad love, baby, mad love.
God Barber, what's up, baby? Got a shout out?
Man, listen, man. From the conversation we had tonight, it's not really a shout out, man. It's just something I really want to see. I don't know if it can happen, but I want to see. I want to see Charles Smith and Reggie Bellamy get together. Also involve Robert Powell and Mr. Rodney Jones, if that's possible. Those four guys can sit down in this community and try to come up with some issues and hope it come out a positive meeting.
I don't fuck with Reggie, man.
That's what's up. All right. POP. Shout out, baby. Shout out, baby. Shout out real quick.
Shout out to the game. What's the score? I need an update.
Lee won.
Lee won?
Man.
Lee won.
All right.
You got Mr. Powell,
You got one?
I got a shout out.
Okay. Go ahead.
Shout out to my motherfucking self. I work hard, B.
That's real.
All right. All right. Robert, man, you got a shout out real quick before we leave?
Hey, I just want to definitely thank you guys. Definitely, I always had mad love for this brother right here. Don't get it twisted.
Yep.
Don't get it twisted. And anytime he come at me and we come at me outside of this and anything like that, it's only gonna make me better.
That's my dog, man. Don't
He
get it
been through a
twisted.
lot of this stuff already, and he tried to educate me. I might be hard headed in some sense,
about to get
Rob,
fucked
don't
up.
run through that. Don't run through that wall. What I do, go run through the wall. But love this dude. Everything that he does, research and things like that is unmatched. And I got mad love for him. I want to make sure everybody knows that it ain't no beef between us.
It ain't.
Right.
Like we might have we gonna have them grown man conversations.
Yeah.
Right.
And I might not like what he say, he might not like what I say, but at the end of the day, if I call him, I bet you any amount of money, he gonna say, where you at?
Sure
And
will.
he'll be right there.
That's what's up.
Hey,
Rodney Jones.
Go ahead.
Same sentiments, boy. I'm the only bitch can fuck with him. You can't fuck with him. We done known each other too long. Anything you need, I'm the first bitch there in the Uber. You see what I'm saying? So I'm telling him, it's love, but I'm telling him, I don't know why y'all get trapped in that fuck shit to a point where it keep you from doing what you're supposed to do as a grown ass motherfucking man.
My dog.
Hey, that's the only thing I gotta say.
I do got some real shout outs before we go, man. I don't care.
Go ahead, POP.
Real mad, y'all, because I'm extending the time, but shit. So, real talk. I want to give a shout out to Andrew Boston, former Palmetto High alumni, local kid. Y'all know the name Boston. Y'all remember the late, great Herman Boston. Shout out to his wife, Miss Boston. But Andrew Boston, man, studying dentistry up at Howard University, man, doing some big things, man. I'm calling him Dr. Boston already, man. So big shout out to him. And I got to give not a bigger shout out, but a big shout out to Ultraman. Ultraman went from number 136 to the number 66 prospect in the nation based on the performance he had at the Under Armour camp.
And
Where
Ultraman name is what?
Elliot Washington Jr.
Oh, okay.
And he, I can't even see, but he posted a 4.42
Okay.
at 195 pounds.
What?
They said he looked very explosive and decisive in every drill.
Right. All right.
Shout out to Ultraman.
All right.
All
And
right.
state champion Venice Indians.
All right, let me give my shout out real quick, man, before we end this. Before we go to end that whatever you do, POP. Shout out to just you guys for showing up for one. I love the fact that we could have sat down and did this in the manner that we did it. I think we realized a lot of things that are problems, and I hope that we can come up with some solutions. But even more so, shout out to all our TBT followers and listeners and people that viewed us tonight. We really appreciate you guys joining us and making this thing happen. All the support over Facebook, the anticipation of this podcast, this particular podcast was awesome. And I hope you guys continue to follow us as we go.
Hey, Ree, I got another shout out, man.
Oh, Lord.
Go ahead, B.
I
I
want
don't
to
give a
shout out,
damn.
man.
Go ahead, cuz.
Technology.
Oh, we gonna shout
My
out
dog,
production.
Pretty Ricky. Got dog on the old man himself.
New nickname.
The guy that keep us in line.
What's the new nickname?
Honey Bun.
Honey Bun! God dang, Honey Bun!
All right.
Hey, real.
Tell you, bro.
Hey, as soon as he pop it, that baby going to 10 seconds, boy.
That dog on base show, boy. That boy making them base show athletes look bad right now.
Hey, real. That's funny.
Hey, real. We're going to call him Sugar Pie Honey Bunch.
No, I was just finna say.
Oh, my.
I ain't calling a grown ass man.
No,
Honey
I can't
Bun.
call him Honey Bun.
No, sir.
Nah.
Hey, well, fellas,
Nah,
man,
man.
Mr. Powell, Mr. Jones, we appreciate you
y'all,
coming
man.
on Truth Be Told.
Appreciate y'all,
And when
man.
you
Yes,
come
sir.
on Truth Be Told, as usual, fellas, you what?
On the record.